Hey church, I'm here to talk to you today, not as your staff person that oversees communications and young adult ministry, but as the once 14-year-old girl that showed up to your youth program on a Wednesday night back in 2011. For those of you who don't know my story, I actually was not raised in church. I didn't have a church family that I was a part of. And I was actually brought to this youth group back in 7th grade because I came with a friend of mine whose family was attending Shepherd at the time. And I still remember the talk that was given that night. The talk was about bananas and how some were brown on the outside and others were green and some were yellow. And we were all like different bananas. We prejudge people for what we see on the outside, but God sees what is on the inside. And God loves what is on the inside, and God can use what is on the inside. As cheesy and lame as this story might sound today, I had no idea back then that it was about to become my story. I started regularly attending youth group, and I actually attended youth group here for 3 years before I ever showed up on a Sunday morning. There was one moment that seemed so small, but I still carry with me today. It was my junior year of high school, and I was on the dance team. I was in Austin High Red Jacket, and we had our annual spring show that weekend. Friday night, I was in my dressing room, and I was getting ready, and it dawned on me that I was about to go and perform to an auditorium full of people that I didn't really know and that weren't really there to support me. It was then, in that moment, that I got a text from Mike Colleen and Jonathan Slaughter telling me that the true crew was on their way and couldn't wait to see me perform tonight. 12 kids and adult volunteers from the youth group showed up that night. I didn't just have a youth group to go to on Wednesdays, and I didn't just have a church to be a member at. I had a family. There were adults who were part of this church that showed up for me. They were there for me on Wednesday nights. They were there for me when I had big questions about faith. They were there for me every single time my car broke down, which happened a lot because I used to drive a 2000 Ford Mustang that was a total safety hazard, but I refused to part with. Over time, the people here at Shepherd of the Hills became my family. When I was 17 years old, I ended up getting confirmed in this church and made a statement of faith for the very first time. My summer before my senior year of high school, it was this church that took me on my first ever mission trip to Guatemala, a trip that would end up changing the course of my life forever. When I decided to pursue mission work after high school, I had to raise over $12,000, and it was mostly people from this church that gave so that I could do that really important work in the world. When I graduated UT and was finishing out my senior year there, it was this church that welcomed me as an intern. Beth taught me how to lead confession, and Leon was the first person to ever tell me, you have to preach, and then actually show me how to do that. I got to grow up here, personally, spiritually, and professionally. Now, as I'm in seminary and discerning a call to ministry, it is more apparent to me than ever that my story is really not my own. In many ways, my life and ministry is a testament to the life and ministry of Shepherd of the Hills Presbyterian Church. Because people I didn't even know and didn't even know me gave to support a youth group that welcomed me. Adults showed up on Wednesday night to be a part of a ministry that changed my life forever. So church, I'm here today to tell you that what you do here matters. The ways you give can change lives. My challenge to you is to show up on Sunday mornings, to show up on Wednesday nights, to give of yourself, volunteer in kids and youth ministries. You have no idea the ways God can use it, and you have no idea the ripple effect you can start.